Diving with sharks, plonger avec des requins, is an unforgettable experience, but it's not without risks, especially for the ocean itself. In this episode, I'll take you to Pacific Harbor, Fiji, where I faced the beauty, the dangers, and also the human greed I've seen when I was there. Allons explorer l'océan. Let's explore the ocean. Pacific Harbor is known as le paradis des plongeurs, a diver's paradise. During my time here, I did 10 dives. 4 plongées avec des requins, shark dives, and 6 explorant les récifs de corail, the coral reefs. Alright, that's the first dive with the shark done. Yay! Lots of emotions. Those guys, they actually handle it with balls. I would just say that. You have balls, guys, because it takes... It's a pretty impressive feeling. What did you think of the dive, girl? Awesome! Awesome, right?
That was crazy.
Alright.
Scuba.
In Fiji, les requins, sharks, are very popular with divers. They're powerful, graceful predators, but they're often misunderstood. Movies like Jaws make them seem like monsters, but most sharks don't go after humans unless provoked. Sadly, they're hunted worldwide for their fins, especially, and even as flake in Australian fish and chips. Do you have a lot of guests panicking? Does that happen often?
A few new divers.
Yeah, new divers, exactly.
Also, divers that haven't been diving for quite a while, let's say 5 years, 10 years.
So, like divers who did not practice regularly. Well, by the way, I don't think this is something we should recommend, right, for people who didn't dive for a long time, maybe doing a readaptation dive, maybe like just to test the water. Exploring les récifs de corail is like diving into another world. I saw teeny tiny nudie branches like underwater gems. And for the first time in 15 years, I played again with clownfish. These little guys are so territorial, darting in and out of an anemone. My love for diving started when I was 11. I was obsessed with the idea of exploring le monde sous-marin, the underwater world, but I was told I was too young. I had to wait until I was 14 when I returned from Australia to France after snorkeling on the Great Barrier Reef. Since then, I've explored les récifs de corail in the Caribbean, swum with the hammerhead sharks and manta rays in the Galapagos, and seen bioluminescence light up the ocean like magic in Honduras, and many other places. Diving has been my greatest passion ever since. All right. Many people think we breathe oxygen, de l'oxygène, when diving, but we actually breathe compressed air, de l'air comprimé. Diving isn't just about nager sous l'eau. It's about feeling your breath underwater, understanding your equipment, and respecting the environment. Diving is really about being one with the ocean. But as amazing as it sounds, there were moments that left me questioning the ethics and safety of some dive practices. Oh my god, guys, I have a lot of things to say. And it's not necessarily positive for Fiji, honestly. Alright, so this is the box where all the tuna heads are put, and 1 to 2 divers are holding it. It's pretty heavy. I really don't think we could call ethical diving in Fiji when you feed the wildlife. I've done it, I've been a part of it, I feel bad about that. But on top of it, you don't necessarily dive safe. Safety in diving is essential. One dive agency gave me un parachute de palier, a surface marker buoy, also called SMB, to signal boats on the surface. The other did not. Without it, in a strong current, you risk being invisible to your boat if you drift too far away. Also, without a SMB, you risk having your head chopped off by a passing boat that can't see you. If there's lots of waves, you're not seen. Thank goodness the boat saw us and there was no other boats. So guys, I'd really recommend you prioritize safety when choosing an operator, although sometimes it might be hard to know which ones are good and which ones, not as safe. Don't hesitate to ask them questions like, what are your safety procedures if you lose a diver? Do all dive guides have a SMB? Because, for instance, if the group gets divided for some reason and only one of the guides have a SMB, then the other group will be facing the issue when they ascend. Right, okay. During my shark dives, I saw some troubling practices. Dive operators feed the sharks to bring them closer, claiming it benefits the local community. So basically, like the fact of feeding the sharks here, kind of protect them from being hunted, basically. Okay.
Gotcha.
But we need to keep in mind that feeding the sharks disrupts their natural behavior. I also saw dive instructors grabbing the coral reefs and even punching the sharks. No matter where you go, human greed is a universal problem. In Fiji, I really felt it. One agency actually charged me more for my set of next dives, whereas usually you'd pay less the more dives you do. Same agency that didn't have the SMB. Quite a big team, right? Because there was 2 guys who were holding the cage to feed, and there's also all the divers that are protecting the guests, and there was kind of a ratio of 1 instructor almost for 1 diver. What's your ratio usually?
There will be 1 guy controlling the bin. There always had to be another doing a diagnostic system on the top.
I feel some instructors were really genuine in the way they were approaching diving, but the most part was definitely more concerned about the money than about protecting the marine life, and it kind of pissed me off. Remember guys, grabbing the coral reefs or provoking marine life, like sharks, rays, turtles, or any other animals, damages fragile ecosystems. As divers, we need to remember, l'océan doesn't belong to us. We're visitors here, and it's our duty to protect what we love. End of the day, end of the diving for today, guys. Ta-da! Woo! One successful day of diving! Yay! Diving teaches us more than just how to swim, nager with marine creatures. It shows us how to listen, to respect, and to let go of control. L'océan reminds us of life's balance, its beauty and its fragility. À bientôt! as I continue my journey to explore the world underwater and on land. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's a pleasure to bring you new content, guys.